Have you ever wondered why Donald Trump, now back in the Oval Office, might just be the man to stand up to China in the Pacific? His return to the presidency has reignited debates and discussions about America's role in the region. It's a question that's got everyone talking. Analysts, politicians, and citizens alike are weighing in on what this means for the future of international relations. His return to power marks a significant shift in American foreign policy. The world is watching closely, as every move he makes could have far-reaching consequences. The South China Sea, a region teeming with resources and trade routes, has become a focal point of global tension. This area is not just a strategic military zone, but also a vital economic corridor. China's increasingly assertive actions have put the region on edge. Their military buildup and territorial claims have raised alarms among neighboring countries and global powers. Could this be the flashpoint for a new kind of Cold War? The parallels to the past are striking, but the stakes are even higher now with advanced technology and global interdependence. The history of US-China relations is complex and fraught with tension. From trade wars to diplomatic standoffs, the two superpowers have always had a contentious relationship. In this new era, the battlefield isn't just physical. Cyber warfare and satellite communications have added new dimensions to the conflict, making it more unpredictable and potentially more dangerous. The economic implications are also significant. Any disruption in the South China Sea could have a ripple effect on global trade, affecting markets and economies worldwide. Let's not forget the environmental stakes. The South China Sea is home to diverse marine life and delicate ecosystems that could be devastated by military conflict or unchecked industrial activity. Public opinion is also a crucial factor. Around the world, people are taking to the streets, demanding peace and urging their governments to find diplomatic solutions. International organizations like the United Nations are stepping in, trying to mediate and prevent escalation. The hope is that diplomacy can prevail over aggression. As we look to the future, technology will play an even bigger role. Artificial intelligence, drones, and other advancements could change the face of warfare and diplomacy. Ultimately, the goal is to find a path to peace and stability. The world is interconnected like never before, and cooperation is essential for a prosperous future. As Donald Trump navigates this complex landscape, the world watches with bated breath. Will his leadership bring about a new era of peace, or will it lead to further conflict? Only time will tell. The Philippines, a nation of over 7,000 islands strategically nestled in the South China Sea, occupies a precarious position. This archipelago, with its stunning beaches and rich biodiversity, is more than just a tropical paradise. It is a geopolitical hotspot, a focal point of international interest and tension. It's a nation with close ties to the United States, a relationship that dates back to the early 20th century. The bond between these two countries has been forged through shared history, mutual defense treaties, and economic partnerships. The presence of American military bases in the Philippines has been a constant reminder of this enduring alliance. A history intertwined with American influence, from the days of colonial rule to the modern era of strategic cooperation. The cultural and political landscape of the Philippines has been significantly shaped by this relationship, influencing everything from governance to education and even popular culture. But it's also a nation grappling with China's growing economic and military might right on its doorstep. The rise of China as a global superpower has brought new challenges and complexities to the region. China's assertive claims over the South China Sea have led to increased tensions and confrontations. The Philippines relies heavily on the South China Sea for fishing and energy resources. The rich marine biodiversity provides livelihoods for millions of Filipinos, while the potential for offshore oil and gas reserves promises economic growth and energy security. However, China's claims to the region threaten its very livelihood. The aggressive stance of the Chinese Navy and Coast Guard in these contested waters has led to numerous incidents and standoffs, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and fear among local fishermen and policymakers alike. It's a David and Goliath scenario where the smaller, less equipped Philippine forces face the might of a much larger and technologically advanced Chinese military. The imbalance of power is stark and the stakes are incredibly high. But who will blink first? The ongoing standoff in the South China Sea is a test of wills, strategy, and resilience. The Philippines must navigate this complex geopolitical landscape with caution and wisdom, balancing its historical alliances with the United States and its need to coexist with a rising China. The future of this jewel of the South China Sea hangs in the balance as the world watches closely. China's rise as a global power has been nothing short of remarkable. Over the past few decades, its economy has experienced unprecedented growth, transforming it into the second largest economy in the world. The bustling stock exchanges and the rapid urbanization of its cities are testaments to this economic boom. Simultaneously, its military is expanding at an astonishing rate, with significant investments in advanced technology and weaponry. China's influence is spreading far and wide, reaching every corner of the globe. Through initiatives like the Belt and Road, it is building infrastructure in developing countries, creating new trade routes and fostering economic dependencies. Chinese diplomats are increasingly present in international meetings, negotiating deals and forging alliances. But at what cost is this influence being achieved? Its actions in the South China Sea have raised alarm bells across the globe. The construction of artificial islands equipped with military bases and airstrips has been a point of contention. These islands are strategically located in disputed territories, and their presence has escalated tensions in the region. Aggressive patrols by Chinese naval ships have become the norm, asserting their claims over these contested waters. The military bases on these artificial islands are not just symbolic, they are fully operational, with warships and aircraft ready to be deployed at a moment's notice. China is flexing its muscles, showcasing its military might through frequent exercises and the deployment of its aircraft carriers. These displays of power are meant to send a clear message to the world. China is a force to be reckoned with. Smaller nations like the Philippines are feeling the pressure. The aggressive stance of China in the South China Sea has led to increased patrols by the Philippine Navy, protests from its citizens, and diplomatic efforts to address the issue. The sovereignty of these smaller nations is being challenged, and their responses are being closely watched by the international community. Is this the beginning of a new era of Chinese dominance? Geopolitical analysts are divided. Some argue that China's actions are a natural progression of its growing power, while others warn of the potential for conflict. The territorial claims made by China are extensive, and the implications of these claims are profound. As the world watches, the balance of power in the region hangs in the balance, and the future remains uncertain. Trump is no stranger to tough talk and even tougher negotiations. His America First policy might seem at odds with defending a distant nation. But could this be a classic Trump power play? Trump understands leverage. He knows that China's economy relies heavily on global trade, including access to vital shipping lanes in the South China Sea. Could this be his trump card? Section 5, America First, but what about second? Some argue that defending the Philippines contradicts Trump's America First philosophy. Why risk American lives and resources for a distant ally? But international relations are rarely that simple. The United States has strategic interests in the region. A strong and independent Philippines helps counterbalance China's growing influence. It's about maintaining stability and protecting American interests abroad. Section 6, more than just business. Trump's motivations might run deeper than mere geopolitics or economic interests. Could personal convictions also be at play? He has shown a willingness to challenge conventional wisdom. He sees himself as a defender of freedom and sovereignty. The plight of a smaller nation facing down a much larger adversary might resonate with his sense of fairness. Could this be a case of Trump the defender? Section 7, the personal touch. Trump's personal relationships with world leaders are often unconventional. His rapport with Rodrigo Duterte, the president of the Philippines, has been particularly noteworthy. They've exchanged compliments and expressed mutual respect. Could this personal connection translate into concrete action? Could it be the foundation for a stronger alliance? The stakes are high in the South China Sea. The region is a powder keg, and any miscalculation could have global consequences. The world is watching, holding its breath. China's assertiveness has put neighboring nations on edge. The potential for conflict is real. Could Trump's actions be the deciding factor in maintaining peace or fueling the flames? The situation in the South China Sea has implications far beyond the region. If China is allowed to assert dominance over international waters, what message does that send? It sets a dangerous precedent. It emboldens other nations with expansionist ambitions. The world is watching to see if international law will be upheld. The future of the Pacific hangs in the balance, teetering on the edge of uncertainty. The outcome of this geopolitical chess match will shape the region for decades to come, influencing global dynamics. It's a delicate dance of diplomacy, military power, and economic leverage requiring careful maneuvering. Will Trump's return to power lead to greater stability or increased tension? Only time will tell the true impact. The South China Sea is a complex and ever-changing landscape. New developments emerge daily. Don't let the story pass you by. Subscribe for more amazing content. Keep wondering and join the conversation. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.